The Loire River, the longest river in France, yields so much beautiful fish. And we're gonna take a Loire River salmon and we're gonna make a 7-minute salmon with a lemon caper remoulade. Doesn't that sound good? Come with me next. The Loire is the longest river in France. It starts about the middle of France and goes all the way out to the coast. There's fish everywhere in the Loire, and you can't have dinner without having some kind of yummy fish dish. So I'm going to show you how to make a lemon caper remoulade and a 7-minute salmon. So we're going to start with our salmon. So I've got some beautiful salmon right here, 4 fillets, about 5 or 6 ounces a piece. That's the perfect size. And I've got them on ice. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and grab some paper towels and lay them out on my board here, because I don't want to put wet salmon into the oven. So first things first, I'm just going to take my salmon fillets and take them off. Aren't they pretty? Oh my gosh, they're just gorgeous. So there's my salmon. And we don't think about salmon from someplace like the Loire River, but it's just one of the many different fish that there are in the river. So I'm going to set my ice aside, and then I'm going to take another couple paper towels and really pat them dry, because we want some oil to stick to these fillets. And then I'm going to take my parchment lined sheet tray and just use my olive oil sprayer to spray it down just a little bit. So I'm going to have some oil on the first side of my salmon when it goes on the tray. So that's about all I need to do, but you can see that these were very wet, and so I don't want them to go into the oven wet. They won't cook, they won't roast beautifully. So now I'm going to take them, put them right on my sheet tray, just like this, and then I'm going to season them with salt and pepper. So there we go. And now I'm going to take a pinch of salt and put it on each one of these salmon fillets. And then I'm going to put a little bit of pepper on each one. And then I'm going to spray it off at the end with my olive oil. I could actually put my olive oil on first if I wanted to, but it's fine to do it just like that. This is all I'm going to do to my salmon. And then you could also drizzle if you wanted to, if you didn't have a cool sprayer like I have. Now, I'm going to put these in the oven at 400 degrees. At 400 degrees, about an inch thick salmon, 3/4 to an inch thick salmon, say that 3 times fast, will cook in about 7 minutes. So that's why I call it 7-minute salmon. So I'm going to put this in the oven. And now I'm going to make my lemon caper remoulade. So I'm going to clean up my board here. And to make my lemon caper remoulade, I'm going to start with just my bowl. I have 3/4 of a cup of olive oil mayo here. And that's just mayonnaise that's made with olive oil instead of soybean oil. So it's going to go right in first. I want to get it all out of that measuring cup. There we go. Next, I'm going to put in just a couple other ingredients. Remember, it's a lemon caper remoulade. So I'm going to go ahead and put in about a tablespoon of lemon juice. And of course, that's freshly squeezed. And I've got about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Let me get that out. And next up, It's got capers in it. I just have a couple tablespoons of capers there. So there goes my capers, and I've got that well mixed together. Just 2 more ingredients. I've got some fresh parsley right here. So that parsley is going to bring not only color, but it's going to bring a little pop of green flavor. And I'm not going to use all this parsley because I'm going to save some for garnish later. So the parsley is going to go in there. And then I want a little bit of an onion hint in this. And I could use it with chives, but something that we often have in our kitchen more than chives is green onion. And you can see I've cut it sliced it really thinly, and I've used just the green parts of the green onion. So there we go. That's about a teaspoon to a tablespoon, whatever you've got. And last but not least, of course, I have to put my salt and pepper in here. So I'm going to put my salt in here. I've got lots of parsley still on my hands from chopping. There we go. So I've got salt and a little pepper. There we go. And now I'm going to stir it up and I'm going to taste it to make sure I've got enough salt and pepper in there, lemon juice, capers, yum. Oh, that's so good. The lemon, that citrus cuts the creaminess of the mayonnaise, got a little green pop, and oh my gosh, the pickly caper tastes great in there. So that's my lemon caper remoulade. And while I wait for my fish to come out, which will be out in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to share with you the kind of wine that we would drink in the Loire with something like this. This is Muscadet, and Muscadet is not the name of the grape, it's the name of the wine. The actual name of the grape is called Melon de Bourgogne, which, if you know French, it's Melon de Burgundy in English. So this grape is not from, or this wine is not from Burgundy, but it is from the Loire. So it's a really crisp and clean white wine, and it's going to go really well with that oily salmon and the creamy remoulade. It's really yellow in color, and it smells like citrus, like limes and lemons, and just smells so refreshing. And it tastes that way too. When you buy your Muscadet, what I want you to look for on the label is what it says here, Muscadet Sèvres à Main sur lit. And what we're looking for is specifically that sur lit, because that means it's been aged on its dead yeast cells, which doesn't sound like a good thing, but it is a really good thing because it makes this wine have complexity, flavor, and a little bit of weight in your mouth. So that's what you're looking for. Easy to find. You can even find it in the grocery store sometimes, but it's the perfect pairing with your 7-minute salmon. So it's about 7 minutes, so I'm going to go grab our salmon out of the oven. So here we go. It's snap, crackling, and popping, and it's just done perfectly. With salmon like this, you want it to be a little bit rare. You don't want it to be all the way cooked through. And yeah, look at that. Ah, it looks so, so good. So I've got a really pretty platter here, and I'm gonna spread them out all over our platter. Then we're gonna put some remoulade on it. Here we go. 1, 2, oops, come on, honey. You know, if you talk nicely to your food, it always does better. And I'll just move that little piece right underneath there. Nobody'll even know. There we go. And then 3. And I'm going to move these guys over just a tiny bit so so I can fit Mr. 4 on here. And here is our 4th piece. Oh, it looks so good, y'all, and it smells great too. So here's our 4th piece of salmon right on our platter. We're gonna put some remoulade. You see I have a couple of lemon slices out already. We're gonna put some remoulade right on top that we made just a minute ago. So here goes our remoulade right down the middle. There we go. And oh my gosh, doesn't that look good, y'all? And then I'm going to garnish it with a little bit of our parsley. And it's going to be so pretty to take out and share around the table. So there is the 7-minute salmon and the lemon caper remoulade all ready for dinner.